Is there any better feeling than knowing that you're going to Hawaii? Well, probably, but that ain't stopping me from feeling really excited about what I've got in store for today. And as always, thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Greetings from the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. My name is Scott. Creating content for SANspotter.com is what I do for a living, and I am feeling good. Why? Well, I'm here to catch a Delta A330-900 neo in Delta One business class to Honolulu. This is going to be my first trip back to Hawaii since the pandemic started. My first time on an A330-900, and on top of that, it's the first time that I've ever flown to Hawaii from Seattle. This isn't the first time that I've spent way too much money on mediocre airport sushi, though. I'm really good at that. The only bad thing about being here so early is that I've got no excuse not to use this time to get a little work done. I'm not exactly looking forward to that, but at least I can rest easy, knowing that all the sensitive data that I'm about to transmit and receive on my phone will be protected by Surfshark. I know, I talk a lot about Surfshark in my videos, probably more than chicken and rice, but I'm very happy to do it, since it's the VPN I've been depending on for years when traveling like this. This morning, I'm finalizing all my tax info for 2021 and sending it over to my accountant. Yay. Anyway, thanks to Surfshark and the way that it encrypts everything being transmitted and received to my device, I can do all of this over public Wi-Fi without having to worry about anyone intercepting that data. Surfshark does a lot more than that, though. It'll actively block ads and malware, allow you to virtually change your location, which is great for getting regional-specific search results, and it'll even send you security reports and password change reminders on a regular basis if you want it to. Basically, Surfshark was built from the ground up to help you protect your identity, and it just keeps getting better. If that sounds tempting, and it should, they've got a special deal for the SANspotter audience. Using the promo code SCOTT with the link in the description below, you can get 2 years of Surfshark for 83% off the normal price. Not only that, they're going to throw in an extra 3 months on top of that for free if you act soon. I'm nowhere near smart enough to do my own taxes, but I've definitely got enough brain cells to know that a 3-month bonus on top of an already good deal is pretty sweet. I highly recommend it. My flight to Honolulu this afternoon will be departing from the S gates, which is basically like a fancy version of the Circle of Death at the San Diego airport. You San Diego locals know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, this A330-900 is my ride to Honolulu, and I do have to say that I really like the way these things look. In my opinion, the larger engines and blended winglets make a world of difference over the first-gen A330. I've arrived a bit early, though, which is fine, because this is a perfect opportunity to show you what I mean about the Circle of Death thing. See? There's not much happening here in the S-concourse, and I'd advise you to stay in the main terminal for as long as possible before coming over here. Turns out I had to go back anyway to get my Hawaii pre-clearance wristband, which, by the time you watch this video, is no longer required. So, yeah, I've been waiting 2 years for this. Boarding is just about ready to begin here at Gate S7, so let's freaking go to Hawaii. In addition to being really excited about going back to Hawaii, I'm also very excited to check out the A330-900 and the Delta One suites. This isn't the first time that I've had the opportunity to try Delta One, but it is the first time that I'll get to try the fully enclosed suite version of it. And just as the name suggests, this is pretty sweet. Not only that, the fact that there are high-quality blankets and pillows at every seat means that this is going to be a proper Delta One experience. These seats are ridiculously nice. At least they seemed that way right when I sat down. It turns out that they are a bit awkward in some situations, which I'll explain later in the video. Oh, here's a convenient little cubby space for storing your most valuable possessions, and eventually leaving behind later, but yeah, that's cool. But overall, wow. It's hard not to notice that the Delta One suites are a lot better than the open-style Delta One seats on the 767-400. This is an extremely competitive lie-flat business class seat, one that you might want to seek out for your next long-haul overseas adventure. Speaking of which, let's hope boxes 3 and 4 don't become a reality today. Dang it, why did my mind have to go there just now? If you're curious about knowing how to get a good deal on flights to Honolulu on the A330-900 neo in Delta One, I've got good news. It's actually pretty easy, just as long as you have a flexible schedule. For example, when I was originally pricing this ticket, I wanted to depart on a Wednesday and return on a Friday. That was ridiculously expensive. Using Sky Miles was even more insulting. I think they wanted something like 175,000 points for that, which I was not willing to do. Long story short, by choosing to depart on a Tuesday instead, I was able to purchase this ticket with cash for 1/3 of the price over any other day. This doesn't have to be as expensive as you think it is. Just have a little patience, stay flexible, and jump on any fare that you think is fair, because it very likely won't last long. Before getting started, I just want to say that I'm sorry for not uploading a separate takeoff video like I normally do. You saw how bad the reflections in the windows were just now, so I decided to skip it this time. But as anyone who has flown to Hawaii knows, it's not about the window views, at least for the majority of the flight. Anyway, let's start out by taking a look at the video entertainment options, which, even though it's the same Delta Studio UI that we see on every other Delta aircraft, it seems better on these large video screens. I know it's the exact same content you'd get on a 737 bound for Pittsburgh or something, but it's amazing how much of a difference a large and high-resolution screen can make. Oh, and there are the standard issue noise-canceling headphones as well, which, based on my past Delta One experiences, is something that I know is going to greatly enhance the enjoyment of this flight. I'm still kind of thinking about that life raft thing, though. I may look like an airline reviewer hard at work, but trust me, I'm about one seatbelt sign chime away from losing my A real tablecloth? Even before the snack service begins? This is promising. It ended up being the normal Delta domestic first class snack service, which is fine because, wait for it, yep, real food. Not only have hot meals returned to domestic flights on Delta Airlines, it actually looks kind of good. And even though there were 3 meal options on today's flight, did you really think that I'd choose anything other than chicken and rice? Newer subscribers to my channel probably won't understand the significance of my choice, but for anyone who has been watching for more than 2 years, you're no doubt cheering me on and throwing fist pumps at your phone or screen as I dig into this. If you're curious about what the other options were, I think there was a vegetarian pasta dish of some kind, as well as a meat and potatoes thing. Sorry that I can't be more specific than that, as there were no printed menus provided, and my mind was otherwise occupied with thoughts of getting the content I needed for this review. It's actually harder than it looks. I will say that the grilled chicken dish was fantastic though, and if that wasn't enough, they even came by with another round of snacks immediately after the conclusion of the meal service. Nice. And, at the very least, I'll be fat and extra tasty for all those hungry ocean beasts down below if we have to ditch this mofo. I don't know. I guess I was expecting something a little fancier and larger. here in the lavatory. I'll spare you the "that's what she said" joke and just say that I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do anything extra with the Delta One lavatories here on the A330-900. So, in summary so far, I'm really liking this. The food was really good, and I love how private these seats are. Dare I say it that these are better than the JetBlue Mint suites that I couldn't say so many nice things about last fall? I mean, seriously. I can't see crap from a seated position, which I think is going to make sleeping very easy, especially with the high-quality blankets and pillows they provide. These aren't as fluffy as the blankets and pillows that I've experienced in Delta One in years past, but the quality level has greatly improved. At least I think it has. I don't pretend to know the first thing about thread count, but this is good stuff. The only issue that I have with this seat is how cramped it feels in a lie-flat position. It's narrow, and the video screen feels really close, but so far, it's not that bad. Fast forward 2 hours, and welcome to Hawaii. Well, almost. We've still got a bit to go yet, but I have to imagine that the excitement that I'm feeling right now is about the same that my buddy Neil from the Moment in the Sky YouTube channel feels when he approaches his favorite island. I highly recommend checking out his Tenerife content. It's good. Okay, so as we are starting to get things buttoned up for landing, I want to come back to the cramped seat issue for a moment, because I think it might be an issue for larger people. In a full, upright position, everything seemed normal to me. It wasn't until I started reclining the seat, and it began moving closer and closer to the video screen, that it started feeling awkward. So basically, fully upright position, comfortable. Fully lie-flat position, narrow, but still comfortable. Halfway in the middle, awkward as hell, since your face and knees will be very close to the video screen. Just something to keep in mind if you easily feel claustrophobic. Anyway, as you can see, we've landed in Hawaii, and I'm sorry to say that there will be no hungry ocean beast content in today's video. I guess anything can happen on the return though, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Shout out to all the SANspotter patrons, by the way. I'm not sure if there are any of you who are based here in Hawaii, but I'm extremely thankful for each and every person on this list. Anyway, that's it from me this week. Hope you enjoyed this, and assuming that I'll have the strength to leave Hawaii, I'll catch you in the next one.